Alright, Operation Rescue Jeff is in full swing, everybody. We've got another email from our contact. David! Hi. It is time for your next mission. Everyone at the office has worms. Oh gosh. We need you to make a parasite exhibit so we can learn what to do about them. This is urgent! David, I'm also going to need you to create Unicornosaurus's enclosure. We had several created just for you. Please do as you please. They are not rare. Alright, two dinosaurs are better than the one. Let's move, okay. Jeff has not been checked on in several days. I'm sure he is okay. Complete this challenge and I shall check. P.S. We let him out into the sun 2 weeks ago. Abdi said thank you. P.S.S. How are you, David? Signed, Davig. Alright folks, let's get to work. There are parasites and unicornosauruses that require hospitality so we can save our Jeff. Alright, so I began here with some path work coming off of the fins of our Dang's Fish path artwork that we did. And once again, I am actually making use of this area that I sort of started prepping last time in the first episode of this. I want to make sure there's a lot of height variation and different levels of land to build on for this park. Doing path work here. I had this kind of mapped out in my head. It was just, I just kind of did random path shaping here to make the exhibit shapes more interesting and have some interesting curvature to the way the guests walk around the exhibits. And I wanted like kind of a little cul-de-sac meeting circle in the middle. Here I'm just filling in the pathways. I wanted to do them a little bit wider. I need to watch some more tip videos on the path tool in this game so I actually can use it a little more efficiently, honestly, because I know a lot of people like Evolution Square are absolute wizards at using the path tool in this game. But anyway, there we go. I put a little cool like wave pattern in the middle here. I'm just putting some more of those small Mediterranean rocks just around the pathway. I think this is looks like something that a lot of modern day theme parks do with like big, very pristine looking rocks that line paths and stuff. So I like the vibe that I did with it in the first episode and I decided to commit to it here. And as you can see, all of the rocks that I had to place down individually. Here I'm placing down some invisible fencing for the Unicornosaurus enclosure, which is the one that I'm starting with. I end up changing this later on though because I ended up liking the vibe of actual fencing there better than the invisible fencing. I do want to make a more immersive invisible fenced enclosure at some point in the future, but for now this didn't really jive with me for this particular area. Adding some more decorations down in the exhibits, just some temperate rocks and stuff. I like making clusters of rocks and putting some vegetation around them just to break up the all the open space in the enclosure, maybe give the Styracosaurus some place to hide. And here I'm actually replacing the fences with just like a normal small electrified fence. And here I'm picking the skins for Unicornosaurus. So Unicornosaurus in the Worst Dinosaur series was a green color. So I picked a bunch of different variants of them with green colors on. But I made sure that Unicornosaurus was the only one, like, unique one in the park. And leave your name suggestions down below for the rest of them. I forget exactly how many there are. I want to say there's 5 or 6 of them. But leave your name suggestions for them down below, and I will name them in the next video. And we're also going to name the Dang's Fish from last time once I walk around the park and stuff coming up, and when I give you a tour of this area. So here I'm actually making a hatchery area on a little island on the outskirts of the park's island. This is something I like doing when I'm doing park builds, just an area, like a facility area for staff and security to actually breed the animals, keep an eye on them before they're ready to be released into the park. And there are a lot of really good facility decorations in the game for this, like with all the cages and tents and stuff, and trailers, helipads, control centers. So I have a lot of fun detailing these particular areas, and I might have to do a park build that's like a complete high security facility at some point, just because I think there's a lot of good decorations for it. But here we are airlifting the Styracosaurus into the park, and there is Unicornosaurus. The Unicornosaurus is the one with the sort of goldish stripe on the side of its body, and it is headbutting one of the other ones that has the orangey on the side there. But the Styracosaurus in this game is really a nice model. It's a really nice design for a ceratopsian in a Jurassic Park game. Here I am outlining the fence now for the parasite enclosure, and I have a really, or I had now, because I recorded this before doing the voiceover, a really cool idea for this. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, because if you remember my parasite merch that I did, I had this Godzilla-inspired parasite with atomic breath attacking a city, and you'll see as we get closer to it. But here I'm just sort of like mapping out kind of a marshy looking wet area, messing around with different shrubs and stuff. And here we go. I am going for an abandoned city style build for the parasite. Like, it took over this city ages ago, and there's lore in this area, and we just kind of built a fence around it to monitor it. So I'm using the Malta set pieces from the Dominion Malta expansion pack to build up a bunch of ruined walls and doors and stuff and towers. And I also use some other set pieces coming up, which you'll see. But I'm just mapping out these sort of gate pieces from the Malta set. Look really good, honestly. So I was making sure those were all mapped out first, and now I'm using some individually placeable vegetation just to spice up the area around it, make it look overgrown and everything. And I really like how this is looking so far, but I can't wait for you guys to see. Stick around and see what it looks like at the end. This might be one of my favorite enclosures I've ever made, honestly. And I decided to spread that into the Unicornosaurus's enclosure as well. Even though they're not technically a part of the parasite lore, I liked this whole general area being themed after like an abandoned city. And here I am choosing the skins for the Parasaurolophus, and my idea for it was Parasite, because he's the atomic breath one, is the only one that's going to have a Lux skin. So he is the only one that glows at night, being the alpha of the pack, and the rest of them are going to be matching, more so matching the base color during the day, which is like green. So I have different shades of greens for the rest of the Parasaurolophus. Leave your name suggestions for them down below as well. And oh, here I'm adding some more height. I'm actually using a monorail piece there, which I think adds some really cool height to the sort of abandoned city / town look. I'm adding some boxes and crates and stuff around, just more decorations to the enclosure. I think it looks really good, and it's not done yet. I already really like this. I'm very proud of it. And there's the Parasaurolophus there. That's Parasite on the right there in the background, I believe. He's sort of the duller green that glows at night. This is an area that I fleshed out off camera, which I did save some stuff for the tour this time around. That's not in the speed build, so you'll get to be surprised later on by the completely finished result. But here is where I start my favorite part of this. So as you know, I'm a big fan of like synthwave colors and glowy city things and stuff, so I decided to add, to go along with Parasite, you can see him glowing down there, a bunch of glowing lights. And I started with red to sort of go with like a very sinister look, and because the Parasite poster was red, but I didn't stick with that, which you'll see in a second. I end up switching to the recoloring tool for the lights, and I also add them into the Unicornosaurus enclosure here as well, as you can see there. It already looks pretty cool from up above, but I end up sitting back and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. So then I tried yellow there, you can see, and then I recolored it to red. I'm like, nah, the yellow looks a little too basic. And then I decided, you know what? No, we're going full synthwave, pink and blue, just with every other light. And I love how it came out. I mean, you'll see me coloring them here, and yeah, look at that, look at that. That just looks, that looks so neat. It looks so like cyberpunky, synthwavy. It's a vibe, and it feels more city-like because there aren't many good set pieces for building like a city. And I could have put like a hotel in there and placed the damage tool and used the new damage tool on it to make it look like it was, you know, damaged by the parasite or whatever, and built like more of a proper city. But I hate that there's no option to turn off like the no path connection pop-up at the beginning of the screen, and it just bothers me after a while. Adding more lights here, I tried to make like a sort of a sunken bridge or dock with the lights there in the Unicornosaurus enclosure. Pretty happy with how that looks. And I did some more of that in the Parasite enclosure as well. Oh, and I'm also adding more monorails just around. I think it adds a good bit of height to the exhibits. And we're coming up on the end of the building phase here, actually. And I did some more off-camera stuff, like I said. You'll see me putting some more trees in. But I did flesh out the place even more, and I wanted to keep it as a surprise for when I actually walk around the park with you guys this time. Gives you more of a reason to see the finished product too, I guess. Watch my videos, please. But yeah. And this is the last clip here of me adding a sort of visitor center on top of that hill there, which I flesh out off camera. But anyway, let's go take a look at the full park. Shout out to all my channel members at the time of recording this video, and a very special thank you to Raphael, Tree Kangaroo, and Triceratops Guy for being SpinoDude. If you want to become a member, then click the big join button next to my name down below. Alright folks, here we are in the park. I'm recording this quite a bit of a ways after I recorded the actual speed build portion of this whole extravaganza, because I did a lot of touch-up work off camera. I sound like a Minecraft YouTuber, but this is sandbox mode, so I'm already cheating to build this stuff technically. So, first things first though, we have Dang's Fish and Company over here, and I have names from you guys in the last video for the rest of them. So we're going to start with this one. This is going to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson, named by Weird and Wacky. And then after that, we have Dunfish by Josaurus Rex. And the last one is going to be Sushi by Redirk2. So thank you guys for naming all of the Dunkleosteus in the park, and they are immortalized forever. Now we're actually going to start up here for our walkthrough. None of the stuff has changed up here since last time, but down here I did some work on that pathway, the Dunkleosteus artwork pathway, because I know I mentioned last time I felt like it was a little bit bare, and there goes my phone. Please don't go off. Stop going off. But I did more work over here, and you can see it's very different because I added a new restaurant and some new decorations. Like you've got the When Dinosaurs Ruled the Earth over the fountain here. And this is the Dun Fishery. Yes, I have a seafood restaurant right here. That's just in the middle of the path. And yeah, I felt like I sort of built around the Spinosaurus skeleton that I had out here initially, added some more walls, broke up the pathway a bit. It felt a little more like lived in and park-like. But anyways, here where you see the Malta walls start is the entrance to the synthwavy neon abandoned city. There's Parasite right there through the trees. That's so cool. And another Parasaurolophus sleeping right there. But this is the entrance to the walkway through the like, abandoned city section of the park that I did. So you walk down this path, and you can see I put a fountain in there too. I did a lot of work on the pathways with the lights and stuff. I really like the synthwave colored lights that I added. On the left we have Unicornosaurus and Company. You can see them out there. My sensitivity is way too high on this, which is why I'm like darting around everywhere, because I'm used to lower sensitivities for my FPS games that I play. And then this was credit to Green Door. They wanted AliExpress as a gift shop to be added into the park, so I did that. So we've got the AliExpress gift shop just in the middle of this cul-de-sac here. And yeah, and I'll actually go inside the enclosures in a second to or zoom around from the aerial view. But there's that. And then if we go up here, we've just got a viewing tower, so you can look over the park and see everything going on there. Oh, the moon looks lovely, by the way. Let's see that moon again. Where was it? Was it that direction? What happened to it? I could have sworn I just saw the moon. Yeah, it's right there. That's beautiful. Why wasn't it showing up before? Where's the moon? Okay, whatever. But anyway, we got like a visitor center here. Actually, I should use the terrain paint tool to paint like a little fake pathway there leading up to the steps. And then we've just got a little bit of a restroom over here, which everyone needs. And if I just sneak down here, don't worry about me. Just gonna run through the vegetation and stuff. We got another like... It's an emergency shelter, but I'm gonna guess it's like an info booth, you know, maybe like a little shop or something, I don't know. And I put some decorations up with just like different abandoned city parts and maybe like some cages, like set pieces around the park and everything. And this just loops all the way back up to the whatchamacallit. The base of the lagoon. So you can see the base of the lagoon here, and we're on the tail of the Dang's Fish path art now, which goes all the way up into the Dunkel's Waffle House and what's this one? Dang's Root Beer. So yeah, so that's it, and this is an aerial view of everything. I think it looks sick from the aerial view as well. This is the most happy I've been with a sandbox build park so far. I'm learning a lot. There's already some things I would do differently, but I'm committed to this now, and it's a learning experience. If you guys have any suggestions or constructive criticism for me, leave it, let me know down below. But inside the enclosure, I added these like fake bridges that maybe try to look like sunken bridges or something across the waterways in the parasite enclosure. I'm really happy with how it looks. It looks natural and like lived in, like it could support these animals, but I love how there's like remnants of a lost society. And where's Parasite himself? There we go. And as far as, you're just hiding in the trees, buddy. I don't know what you're doing. But as far as other Parasaurolophus, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other ones that need to be named. And then here's Unicornosaurus over here in this enclosure, which I just did the same thing decoration-wise. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other Styracosaurus that you guys can name. So feel free to leave those down below in the comments. And I think that's everything for this installment. I'm trying to make these videos like nice and digestible, which is why I'm doing like the speed build type thing and then just the overview of what we've done. If you guys like it, let me know down below. And this is fun. Oh, I also added like autumn trees and stuff around because I love autumn trees, and I might go back here and add some more, maybe so it looks like a bit of a transitional season into autumn or something. But yeah, that's everything, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video when our mysterious informant boss person tells us what to do next. So onward to saving Jeff Goldblum.